correlation, which is related to scatterplots that Ms. Voss showed you in the last video. So once you create a scatterplot, then we need to be able to look at it and decide like what's going on, okay? And there are 3 kinds of correlation we're gonna talk about. But you're probably thinking, Ms. Benson, I don't even know what correlation is. That's okay. The correlation is just a relationship between 2 sets of data. Okay, let me show you. There's such thing as a positive correlation. So if one of your sets of data is increasing, it means the other one is also increasing. And this is the exact kind that we saw in Ms. Voss's example. The more fries people ate, the more ketchup packets they used. So that was a positive correlation. Then there is a negative correlation, and that means as one set of data increases, the other one decreases. Okay, so one example, I don't know how relevant this is to 8th grade life, but it shows up on tests all the time and like in SOL type questions, is the more you drive your car, because all 8th graders have driver's licenses, of course. The more you drive your car, the less gas you have in the car. So the miles is increasing, but the amount of gas is decreasing. Okay, so if you ever see that one, it's negative. And then there is such thing as no correlation. And that is just when there is no relationship between the 2 sets of data. For example, what size shoe you wear and how many pets you own. Those 2 things aren't related, okay? Doesn't matter how big your feet are, doesn't affect how many pets you have. So let's look at some examples. In each of these, we're just gonna decide if it's positive, negative, or none, and I'm not gonna put up a big official pause the video, but if you wanted to, I bet you could pause me and figure out which one is which. Okay? This one, that's just kind of all over the place. It's not really going up, it's not going really down, it's just kind of a crazy cloud. That one is no correlation. None whatsoever. But then if you look at these pink dots, they start out real low and then they get higher and they're going in like an upward direction, just kind of like slope. So if a slope went this way, that's a positive slope. Same with scatterplots. That's a positive correlation. And then this one, I'm sure you can guess by now. My points started really, really high and then they got really low. Okay, and just like a negative slope, this is a negative correlation. All right, not too bad. There is one other thing you can do with this, and I'm gonna do one and then I'll let you do the other 2 and we'll meet back. It says the scatterplots below show the relationship between the temperature outside and amount of different items sold. Use the scatterplots to complete the statements. As the temperature increases, the amount of ice cream sold blank. So if I look at my scatterplot, this is my temperature. So down here, it's pretty cold outside. This is like winter time. And over here, it's pretty hot outside. It's like 100 degrees over here or something. And then each of these dots shows you how much ice cream was sold. So as the temperature increased, did we sell more or less ice cream? Well, we sold more ice cream. Okay, so the amount of ice cream sold increased. There are 2 more of these right here. So go ahead, pause the video, give this a go, see if you can figure out what goes in these blanks, and we'll be right back. We're back. So hopefully you saw that as the temperature increases, the amount of hot chocolate sold decreases. So like over here when it was really cold, they sold a whole lot of hot chocolate. And then when it got really hot outside, they barely sold any hot chocolate, okay? And then this one was kind of a trick. So I'm sorry if we tricked you. But it says, as the temperature increases, the amount of chips sold you can say a couple of different things here. You can say is not affected. You can say that there's no correlation. Anything that explains that those two are not related to each other. So when it was really cold outside, one day they sold a little bit of chips, one day they sold a lot of chips. When it was hot outside, one day they sold a little bit of chips, one day they sold a lot of chips. It doesn't depend on the weather. People buy chips all the time. Okay? So that's it for correlation. Good luck with whatever practice you're doing, and ask your teacher if you need help.